been a hot second. Okay, dokie. So, I haven't been around for a hot minute, which I'm sorry. I have been in a really uncreative place, which is weird because I go to school for art. Lack of creativity has been a huge factor of me not posting a video. I'm really unhappy with the last video I made. Like to the point where I'm thinking of like unlisting it. Like it was an interesting story, but I executed it so poorly, and it just, I've been really hard on myself and really uncreative lately, so that's what's up. Last night I was laying in bed and I was just watching videos, other people's videos, and I was so impressed by the work that they do. And I felt really motivated to kind of up my content and get back into this creative headspace that I usually am in, and I have plans to do things to my room because the walls are blank, and I think that I really kind of didn't try to give this place like a homey feel. I told you guys that I would make a dorm tour a while ago, and I didn't. And that's because I never really felt like this was my home. I never really felt like this was my room. So yeah, I did a few things. I'm going to Photoshop a bunch of prints later. Like take some images off take some pictures off Google and organize them in a way and like edit them in a way that I feel fits the aesthetic that I want. I feel like the blank walls have really been getting to me because like at home I have like something painted on one of my walls. Like I have a huge feature wall, and here I have fairy lights on like across like half of my room, and that's really it. A friend of mine yesterday pulled me out of the deep hole that is my bedroom, and we went succulent shopping for like 6 hours. So I knocked over one of them this morning. Rest in peace. At home I had two named Thirsty and Toe. So now we have Yoshi. I wish I knew what kind of like plant these were. So if anybody knows their succulents and wants to tell me what kind of plants these are, that'd be cool. So we have Yoshi. And I had a weird dream last night that I planted them outside and they just grew like weeds overnight, which was so weird. So Yoshi, and we have Slut. I don't think that's a controversial name, but I don't mean it in a derogatory way. If you take it the wrong way, I'm sorry. It's a word. It's not meant to insult anything or anyone. It's a plant. She's very pretty though, I do have to say. Cool. And like, look at the bag that they came in. This is such a cute like bag. It's from a store called, they're from a store called Succuterra. Honestly, if you live in Toronto, I definitely suggest going there. We did go to a few stores and they're priced really well. I believe this one was $7 and this one was $8, and the range for their pricing is $7 to $8, so honestly like 10 out of 10. The service was great. Their plants all look really healthy, which was a really big deal for me because we could have easily gotten to Canadian Tire across the road. But I don't know, I just didn't like the look of them. They look unhealthy, so yeah. That's the story behind those. I do want to put a bunch of like black and white prints. Maybe like I was kind of thinking that I could do like leafy prints if I wanted to on my wall, like, and just trying to find like some that like resemble these greens enough. But yeah, like I've kind of like crawling out of the hole and I'm trying really hard to execute all the things that I have in my mind that I haven't been able to just because of lack of energy. University has been kind of hard. I am in arts and I know about a dozen people who are in much harder programs that are going to hate me for saying this, but it's hard and it's exhausting, and for us especially, like, I feel like for art students we get a lot of our creativity taken away because we do have a lot of guidelines that we have to follow for pretty much everything that we make, and for the most part we're not even making anything, which is pretty crappy. Like, I would get into these moods where I just want to create and I don't have the time to, and right now I'm just kind of sitting down and putting the time aside to update you guys, kind of. I do have to go pick up some stuff from the dollar store, which is exciting. And yeah, that has been my kind of update. I've been spending a lot of time in campus coffee shops. I've been eating out a little bit too much because the money on my debit card is non-existent and the money on my student ID is well existent. So I've been eating a little bit of a lot. I've been lacking on sleep, but I haven't been partying too much lately, which I'm proud of, because there was a very long period of time where that's all I wanted to do, which was kind of sad for me. Like, I'm not a huge I was never a huge partier, but for some reason, like, something came over me and I never did anything like monumentally stupid. I never did anything unsafe. I never started anything. It was just like I would go party at a friend's house or at a frat, and then I would feel bad about myself, not so much hungover, but just guilty in a way, which is a scary feeling to live with. So I'm kind of glad that I'm getting into a healthier routine. I'm like slowly finding my people. I've definitely like clicked with a large group of girls that I love with all my heart, and I know you guys are probably gonna watch this, so love you guys. They're from my program and they're just honestly like the most kind-hearted and amazing people I've ever met. And yeah, overall I'm really starting to get happy and content. I'm hoping that by Christmas I have a room tour up for you guys and I like really get this place sorted. My duvet, as pretty as it is, like, this is the only part that's still like nice and gold. The gold parts rub off really easily, so I do need to invest in a new duvet. But yeah, I hope that this video is definitely more for me than it is for anyone else, but like I kind of hope that this kind of gets me in the mood to continue creating. And yeah, so see ya.